I'll bet you didn't believe in half the stuff we see here every day and night, did you?
The third season of From is running full-fledged, leaving us fans clambering everywhere looking for clues. I think we're all a little too obsessed with the mysteries that this series has introduced to us. One of the most fascinating theories that the scriptwriters themselves gave us in the second season has to be the one about the mole. What if the entire FromVille is an experiment, and all of our beloved characters are guinea pigs trapped in it? Ever since Randall's comment about there being a mole in townsfolk, fans have been looking at every character with a magnifying glass. One of the main suspects of Mole is Tillie. So who is she? What role does she play in the overall story arc of the characters we're following in From? Let's find out together in today's video. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin.
Is that her?
Who is Tillie? Why is she an important character? In the second season of this enigmatic show, we saw the Grand Rapids runner bus get stuck in the mysterious town. On its way to the town, however, one of the bus passengers started panicking, asking the driver to turn the bus around. He's extremely persistent, and when another passenger tries to calm the boy down, the kid vomits all over, forcing the bus driver to stop at the diner of this mysterious township. Just as all the passengers get out of the bus, it starts pouring, and suddenly one of the passengers, a sweet old grandmother, starts dancing in the rain. This person is Tillie. As she enjoys the rain, Ellis and Tom show up to calm down the passengers and ask them to wait until the diner is open. Right then, Julie shows up. She asks Ellis to help her mother, who's trapped in the basement of the house next to the diner. Two of the passengers join the rescue effort, and Tillie also tries to join, only to be stopped by Bacta. Soon after, Donna and Kenny show up. Donna asks everyone politely to join them at dinner. Soon after, the house collapses, trapping Jim, Tom, and Brick, the passengers from the bus, under the rubble. Randall, the other passenger who volunteered, managed to get out of the way in time. As nightfall approached, Bacta, the bus driver, tried to get everyone back on the bus. She kept promising the townsfolk that they would send for emergency services from the next town. However, Donna refused to let them. In an effort to get everything under control, Donna fires the shotgun at the wheel of the bus, and the majority of the passengers, including Tillie, get inside the diner, even though some of them manage to run away. Donna keeps her shotgun cocked and tries to calm everyone down, promising that the danger is outside. While everyone is incredulous and scared, Tillie is the only person who seems to believe her. As the hours tick by, Tillie eventually gets up and offers Donna a cup of tea, accepting the situation at face value. As the creatures come out of the dark, the people outside fall victim to the creatures one by one. At the same time, Randall on the more direct role of opposing everyone. He tries to get the gun away from Kenny and manages to hold him hostage for a while, hoping to force everyone to open the door for him. However, that does not work. The diner door eventually gets knocked on by the creature, and that distracts Randall enough for Kenny to get his gun back. Before Kenny can figure anything out, Donna hits Randall in the face with the butt of her gun. The next morning, Donna takes all the passengers to the colony house. While everyone else unpacks at the colony house, Tillie goes to the clinic, hoping to find Christy. Here she meets Jim, the other man who ended up trapped under the house along with Brick. Jim asks her a bunch of questions, and Tillie answers most of them before Jim keels over in pain. Tillie also happens to be the one who informs Jim that Marielle, one of the passengers on the bus, is Christy, the town clinician's fiancée. Tillie introduces herself to Boyd and remarks about his adventures. When Boyd tells her that he's looking for Kenny, Tillie tells him that Kenny was on his way to the clinic. When Tillie eventually makes her way to the clinic one more time, we learn why she went there in the first place. It turns out, Tillie has been diagnosed with cancer. So, to euthanize herself, she's been carrying a bottle of liquid morphine with her. She wanted to give it to Christy so that she could administer it when it was time. Before leaving the clinic, Tillie tells Christy about Sarah's return to town. After Paula's death, Boyd instructs everyone to stay up the entire night. So to keep herself busy, Tillie learns how to crochet from Elgin. As she works, she notices Fatima taking charge and keeping everyone awake. So when Fatima walks past her, Tillie compliments Fatima on her leadership ability, claiming she would be a good mother. The next morning, we see Tillie holding hands with the colony house members, creating a prayer circle and reciting the 23rd Psalm. Eventually, though, Boyd defeats the box monster and saves everyone in the town. Now, on the surface, these things seem pretty inconsequential, right? She's just a sweet old lady who happens to be here, right? Nope. Wrong. The biggest reason why Tillie has been on the suspect list of every fan is because the things doing are just too coincidental. The way she dances in the rain is oddly similar to the ballerina that Boyd kept hallucinating after he got the bloodworms. She also seems oddly okay with the mysteries of this town. You would think she would have some type of reaction, but she's way too calm about all the strange happenings. Somehow, she knows about Boyd being in the forest, even though she has been in the town for what, a day or two? Boyd didn't even go missing for so long that it was that big of a talk around the town. She also somehow has this huge stash of medicine, which Marielle is addicted to. I mean, okay, I admit, maybe the last point is a bit too thin, Maybe Marielle is a huge addict who doesn't care what she's putting in her body as long as she can get high. Maybe she just reached for the morphine because that would have been the easiest way to get high. But the biggest reason why I have Tillie on my suspect list is because of how she just magically knew that Fatima was pregnant. Tillie claimed that she has 4 children and 7 grandchildren. She simply knows when a mother is expecting. I mean, yes, there is a very telltale glow in expecting mothers, but Fatima is far too stressed to have that because of how things were going at the time. That just struck me as odd. I don't know if you guys would agree, but I personally find Tillie extremely suspicious. But then again, I will admit, as the show is far from over, for all I know, Tillie is just a nice old lady, and I'm simply way too vigilant to read the obvious. After all, in the first episode of the series, Megan died at the hands of a seemingly nice-looking grandma. Therefore, I don't believe in any goody two-shoes grandma from the From universe. In the second season, the only time we saw Tillie and Fatima interact was when she told the latter that she would be a good mother. As it turns out, Tillie ended up becoming rather close to Fatima in the third season. But the million-dollar question we now have is, why is she so close to Fatima? Tillie has been around in the background since the third season premiere. She was the one who approached Ellis after noticing his excessive anxiety regarding Fatima's pregnancy. Fatima has not been able to keep any food down. Ellis tried to comfort Fatima and get her to see Chris, but Fatima brushed off his concerns. Seeing the expectant father struggling, Tillie reached out to him, telling him that he would be okay after the first few months. As we all know, Fatima's pregnancy is extremely unconventional. Despite meeting up with Marielle and getting some medicine for her severe morning sickness, the only thing that Fatima can keep down is the rotten vegetable. In the third episode, we saw Fatima go to the heap of rotten vegetables behind the greenhouse. After checking around for other people, Fatima reached out and took a few veggies. As she was chomping down on them, Tillie stepped out to check on the laundry. That's when Tillie noticed Fatima eating those vegetables. Fatima saw Tillie's eyes on her and immediately ran away, panicking. She went inside her room and started folding laundry, pretending everything was fine. Soon after, Tillie came by to knock on her door. Fatima refused to open the door at first, but Tillie opened up to Fatima about her strange eating habits during pregnancy. Tillie used to lick eggshells when she was pregnant. Even if the eggshells were thrown in the garbage, Tillie would pick them out and lick them, as they were the things that she could keep down. Hearing that, Fatima felt a little better, perhaps reassured or understood. Tillie affirmed to Fatima that whatever was happening to her body right now would go away soon. She would be fine. Hearing Tillie's words, Fatima felt a lot better and decided to open up to her. Fatima was confused about her body and her food habits, and she was scared for her baby and the changes in her own bodily function. She felt extremely alone, as she didn't know who to talk to about these things. She couldn't even tell Ellis about them because in her eyes, this was the first time she had seen him truly happy. Fatima felt like if she had told him about these things, she would have taken that happiness away, and that was the last thing she wanted for him. Hearing all that, Tillie offered her help. According to Tillie, tarot cards helped her a lot when she was at some crucial junctures in her life. She claimed that the signs of her cancer, getting stuck in the town, everything was present and thus predicted in the tarot reading. So in her eyes, the tarot cards would be able to give Fatima the answers that she thought regarding her child. At first, Fatima thought the whole tarot card thing was just a joke. However, after hearing everything that Tillie had to say about all this, Fatima decided to give the tarot cards a shot. However, before she could turn the card and see what it had to say for her baby and herself, a crow broke through the colony house window and smacked against the wall, distracting everyone. Since Tillie is the only one who notices Fatima's odd food habits and doesn't judge her for them, Fatima has definitely developed a close relationship with her. Now that we saw Fatima enjoying Nick's blood in the fourth episode, I'm curious to see what Tillie has to say about this. To be fair, we don't know if Fatima would end up telling her about the corpse blood tasting business at all. Is she the grandmother of those ghoulish children? With all the odd things that Tillie has been doing in the second season, a lot of fans have naturally been suspicious of her. One of the most popular theories about Tillie is that she's a mole who has been sent to the town to care for Fatima through this strange pregnancy. She immediately clocked in on the pregnancy and the lore of things happening all around town. Tillie also stated that she has 7 grandchildren and formed a 7-person prayer circle. We know that in Jade's vision, there were 7 ghoulish children. Because of all these uncanny behaviors, a lot of fans feel that Tillie is either the mole or she's related to the mysterious township in a way that we have yet to discover. Some fans think that maybe Tillie is a former resident of the town who sacrificed her own children to save herself. The mysterious township allows the body to heal a lot faster than usual, as we see in the case of Ellis and Ethan. So the running theory is that now that she has cancer, Tillie decided to drop by the town just to extend her life to a degree. She said that she was diagnosed a month ago and implied that there was probably not a long time left for her to live. However, so far, her health has not deteriorated at all. Marvelous verdict, say what you want, but Deborah Grover is absolutely sensational as the batty old Tillie. She could very well just be a nice old grandma with no ulterior motive, who plans on living the last few days of her life in a carefree way. Or she could be a mole in the experiment, or a former town resident who returned for her own selfish gain. Whichever it is, we won't know until the show progresses further. However, Ivy has some prior connections with the town. What do you guys think? Do you think she has some link to the town that doesn't meet the eye? If so, So, what do you think her role is? Let us know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. If you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks, everyone.
By the time I need that, I probably won't be in any shape to